Rashi, the Torah portion, VaYishlach, we are on the fourth reading. We continue with the fascinating story of Yaakov and Esav. We're in the middle of it. Okay, let's get right into it. Vatigashna hashvachos, and the bondswomen, as it translates over here, or the handmaids, if you will, they drew near. Them and their children, and they bowed before Esav. Vatigash gam Leah v'yaladeha, and she approached, also drew near Leah and her children, v'shachavu, and they prostrated themselves. V'achar nigash, and afterwards came close near Yosef v'Rachel v'shtachavu, Yosef and Rachel, and they bowed. They prostrated themselves. So, and if you see a difference, each one would say the mother and then the children. But by Yosef, it says Yosef and then Rachel. Rashi picks up on that. Verse 7. V'nigash Yosef v'Rachel v'kulam, and all of them, it says, that the mothers came forward before the sons. But when it came to Rachel, Yosef nigash lefanei, Yosef went before her. Amar, he said to himself, Imi Yafas Tayar, my mother is a beautiful appearance. Shema Yitlaba Eina Rasha. Maybe that evil one Esav is going to put his eyes upon her. So I will stand opposite her. And I'll block him from being able to see her. From here we see, as a result of what he did, Yosef became merited the birkas aliyayim, for the blessing over the eye. That'll be later on at the end of before Yaakov passes away, and the blessing he gets. And Esav asks Yaakov, who is all of this? What is all of this encampment? It translates here entourage. It means who is all of this camp that I'm meeting with you? That I have met. So Rashi says the gifts, right? Not straightforward, but the gifts is to gain favor in the eyes of my master. Rashi in 8, who is all of this camp that I meet to you? Who is this camp that I'm meeting? Which is yours. Why do you need it? He's not asking about the identity. He's asking about, what do you need it for? Mikra. The simple meaning of the verse is that al ma'liche hamincha refers to the gift. So the word is written machana, which means an encampment, right? But Rashi says now that the simple meaning refers to the tribute. Mincha means a gift, a tribute, right? So Nana, he says, Umidrashay, and the Midrash interpretation is Kita shel Malachas Pagam. He encountered groups of angels who would push him, and the men of Esav, and they would say to him, Shel mi atem, whose are you? And they would say to the angels, Shel Esav, we belong to Esav. And the angels would say, Haku, hit him. And Esau's man says, "Inichu, leave off. Come on." He's the son of Yitzchak, right? In other words, leave him alone. He's the son of Isaac. But they wouldn't pay attention to the angels, and they would consider it a hit. Then he would say, "Oh, he's the grandson of Abraham." And they wouldn't pay attention either. Yaakov, until they said that he's the brother of Yaakov. When they heard this, I remember him. So the angels would say to them, if that's them, oh, then you're one of ours. Interesting. How why Rashi brings this as a third explanation, the Midrash, that sounds pretty kind of like off the wall for the simple meaning over here, right?
Why they wouldn't try to understand.
Well, you can understand. I mean, how do you understand in the words, though? Like, where does it? How does this fit in with the words of the verse that this should be the explanation, right? So we need to have a sikh on that. I'm pretty certain there is, but it's not going to happen now. But Yomer Esav, and Esav said, "Yesh li Rav, I have plenty." Right. So the simple meaning is that he's giving a gift, or one of the simple meanings, right? Giving a gift. And now he's responding to that gift. He's saying, I have plenty of wealth. Achim, my brother, you l'chol, let it be for you, asher loch, that which is yours. Rashi, l'cha asher loch. Kana al kol bracha. Oh, let that which is yours remain yours. Meaning, he's acknowledging the right of the blessings. Now, how do you get that out of those words? In other words, that which is yours, let it remain to be yours. Right? Interesting. Yaakov. So Yaakov replies now. And he says, I'll no, please. No, please. If I have found favor in your eyes, and you should take the gift from my hand. See, here it's the words minchosi, right? Before it was machana, which is an encampment. And then the second explanation was that it was, because without the vowels, then you could read it also mincha, right? So he said, "No, take my gift from my hands. Ki al kain, for this reason, Ra'isi panecha, I've seen your face. Ki reis b'nei Elokim, like I've seen the face of God. V'tirseini, and let this be an appeasement for me." Rashi. Yeah, everybody's good. Following. Okay. Can someone tell me online? Because I'm looking over here. Is it showing the screen? If you go into YouTube, is that what you see?
On YouTube, it has a green block. You don't see the wording.
Are you serious?
Yes.
But
Let me refresh it. Now you see the wording. Before you did it, but now you do.
aha. You have to refresh it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's weird. Because I see a green screen also. That's not in okay. All right, let us do Rashi. Continue. I'll not, please. No, please. I'll not tell me you can't. Don't tell me this, please. You don't want, you have enough and that I should keep the gift. Because if I found favor in your eyes, then accept this tribute, right? Inasmuch as I've seen your face, he could die for it's worthwhile and proper of you. You should accept my gift, my tribute. Allah and as much as I've seen your face, and it is important for me, like seeing the face of an angel. For when I have seen your ministering angel. In other words, in the battle that he had and with the nemesis of Asa previously, right, that he fought with the angel. Yeah. So in that is, that in that I've seen your face, meaning in that of an ministering angel. So take this gift. I don't know, like, what's the connection exactly? But and further, if it fits you accepting my offering, Al say so li, because you have consented, limchol is surchoni, you've forgiven, right? You've forgiven my misdeed. The lama hiske lo yiriyas. Why did Yaakov mention to Esau having seen the angel? Kadeshi Yisrael Himeno, the Esau should be afraid of him. The Yoma Ra Malachim, that he's seen angels, V'nitzol, and he's been saved, and Yachol Lemiata, so I cannot prevail over him. The Tirtzeini, and you have appeased, and you have been appeased by me. Nispa Yasta Li, that you've reconciled to me. And likewise, we find that the Ratzin in the Torah, Lashon Pius means a reconciliation, and a paiement in Old French. How's that Old French? Huh? French. Old French, yeah. Akabonis bo sapayas ratzis say tzadikim yidrum yedun ratzin yedun lefayas ratzis. Okay, just showing the different instances that it means to conciliate. Okay, 11. Kachna is birchasi. Take my blessings, asher hu VaYishlach, that have brought to you. Ki Hanani Elokim, because God has graced upon me. He Yeshli Koil, because I have much. I have all, rather. I have all. The Yivsabai Bikach. And Yaakov urged him to take the gift, and finally he accepted it. So the word Birchasi, Rashi says, which means literally my blessings, right? So Rashi's Minchasi means my tribute. Minchazu, this tribute, this gift, Haba Arias Panim Lefrakim, which comes for seeing you another's face from time to time. Ena ba ela shalom is coming only as for peace, like a peace offering, I guess. The whole bracha, and any word bracha in Torah, she rias panim, which is seeing another person. In other words, when you're meeting another person, in other words, can go and be varach Yaakov is parai, that Yaakov bless parai, also iti bracha, pay homage to me, the son cherev, the chain. It's just bringing different instances, and it's a peace offering, I guess, if you will. To inquire after his welfare and to bless him. All of these are blessings of peace. Shekar and Balaz, and in Old French, saludur. Afzu, so this is all the birchos mon salud. Mon salud. Right. Peace unto you. Asher Vasla, that was been brought to you. Lo terachta ba, you didn't have to trouble yourself with Evani Yagaiti Leagia Acheba Liyodcha. Right? You didn't have to trouble yourself for it. I'm extending myself to bring it to you until it comes, into your hands. Hanani, Hashem has been gracious to me. Nun Rishon and Mekudeshes. First nun is got an emphasis to it. Lefi Shihi, Hashem Hashem the Makom Shtei Nunim. Shahaya Leimer Hanani, but Leishachan Hashem Leishtei Nunin. Hashish the Shimush. Okay, that's it. Just some grammar there. Yeshli kol, I have everything. Loisi puke, all that I require. Esav diber, Esav said differently. He said lashon gaiva in a haughty language. Yeshli rab, I have plenty, implying Yosef mikadei tzarki, much more than what I need. Right. So he was speaking more. Esav was speaking in a haughty fashion, an arrogant manner. And others, I have more than I've got so much more than I ever needed, right? And Yaakov is saying, I have everything that I require, which is an acknowledgement of in a more humble manner. And Esav says, and let us travel and go, and I will go alongside you. Let's travel together. All right. We're going to go on vacation together. Okay. No, so I travel. Silocha, Kamai Shama. It's giving just different ways of and manners. Kamai Shama. Second part of Rashi, I will go alongside you. Mishabalach. On the same line as Zu Esalach, I'll do this favor to you, Esav tells Yaakov. Sha'arich is Yemei Mahalachti, that I will extend the days of my travel, Alechas La'at, to go slowly. According to your needs. That means alongside you, Vishabalach, and on the same path, the same speed, so to speak. So he responded to him, Yaakov, and he loved to him. Adaini, my master, you know that my children are frail. And I'm responsible for the nursing lambs and goats and cattle. And if I drive them hard, if I push them, then they're going to all die, my flock. Rashi, Olas Alai, Atayim Babakar Shehim, Alais Mutalis Alai Nalan La'at. Since they're nursing, I have a responsibility to go very slowly with them. Alais, right, is rearing their infants, migadlas, Ailim Lashon Ela V'Yainik, Ul Yamim, Ushte Paras Alais, Bilaz, and in Old French, enfant. Well, that was an easy Old French. And if they're driven even one day, wearing them out by rushing them, then the whole flock will die out. Like the voice of my beloved is knocking. So in others, I'm going to, right, they're giving it, meaning if I'm going to knock them hard, right, they're gonna die out. Giving an instance. Okay, 14. Yavarna daini, passport before me, my master, before your servant, and I will go at a slow pace, in accordance to the work force, so to speak. Asher lefanai, that's before me, regala yaladim, into the speed, the pace of the children. Ad asher avaya adoni seir, until I reach my master in Seir. Let's see Rashi. Yaberna adoni, let my master go ahead. Al natarich yamei halichosam, do not extend your days of your travel. Over kafi darkecha, go ahead in your usual way. Afim tisrachik, even if we will distance ourselves. It's now I will make my way. It's now hey Yisera, Kamayerda, Beerda, okay. The et, right, means actually my slow pace, lashon nachas, an unhurried pace. Kamaya hayled lahat, lahat linar. Just giving different examples. The et lamed shel yisoid is now nachas sheli. Okay, continues Rashi. La regel malacham, according to the work, the foot of the work, literally. Feet seirach. Now, according to what is required, halichas ragli hamalachim, according to the, how much is necessary to do. Hamatelas all that's placed upon me, my responsibility, to go to move forward. Well, the regular yaladim, and to the foot of the children, lefi ragleim, commensurate with their feet. Shem yechelim leilech, what they're able to walk. And final Rashi on this one, verse Ad asher avay el adoni seir, until I would come to Seir. Hirchiv loy haderech, he broadened the journey for him. In other words, to make the journey a longer time than intended. Shaloi hayav daita, because he had no intention, lechas ad ela ad sukkos, only to go into sukkos. Right? Why? Amar, he said to himself, Yaakov, im daita lasos lira, if Esav intends to harm me, yamti nacheboyetzli, he's going to wait until I come onto his turf, when I come to him. V'hu lo halach, but Yaakov didn't go. When's he going to go then? Yemei HaMashiach, in the days of Mashiach, Shenamar, as we say, all the Mashiach Tziyun Lishpat is Hareisab. We say this in davening every day in the in Az Yashir, right? Every day in the davening. The Parshas of davening. So, in other words, he didn't meet up with him. So, when will he meet up with him? Very intriguing sikha on this from the Rebbe that I learned this week. We continue. 15. Esav, and Esav said, Atziga na imcha min ha'am asher iti. I will place some people with you from my people and of my people. In other words, that they'll walk together with you to help you out. Right. So he says, let me remain favorable in my master's eyes. Rashi. Yaakov saying, why are you doing this favor that I don't need? Don't pay me for anything. He's giving him a gift, so he says, okay, you know what? Let me give you a gift of some of my people that will go with you. And so Yaakov is saying, as Rashi learns out, don't pay me for my gift. Right? 16. So on that day, Esav returned on his way to Seir. 16. Psh, wow. Yasha ben Yemahu Esav L'darki. Yeah, Esav returned on that day on his way. Esav Levade, Esav alone. Barba Measish, what happened to the 400 men? Halcha Imai, who went with him. Nishmetu Metzla, they slipped away from him. Echad echad, one by one. Echan para lehem HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Where did God repay them? He made David in times of David. Shenemar, there it says, Ki arba meos ish, nar ki roch gemalim. The David struck them. Uh, not one escaped, but 400 men lads who rode upon their camels. So 400 abandoned Esav. I guess they got hit and they realized that, Yaakov he got the blessings and he's no longer angry. And so they left Esav. So they got rewarded for that. In times of King David, when King David fought off the Amalekis, there were 400 men that survived. They escaped. Wow. Yaakov Nasa Sukkosoi, and Yaakov traveled to Sukkos, name of a place. Viven Lobayis, and he built there a house, Liknehu, for his livestock. Also Sukkos, and he made Sukkos, he made booths, shelters. Alkane, therefore, Kara Sheva Mokum Sukkos, he called it Sukkos. Rashi, Viven Lobayis, and he built a house. Shosham Shmoines Chodesh. He waited there. He stayed there for 18 months. Kayetz Chodesh for Kayetz. Summer, winter, and summer. Sukkos Kayetz. The shelters are for the summer. Bayis Chodesh and the house is for the winter. Sukkos and the second Sukkos Kayetz. The second shelters implies another summer. Aha, that's how we know 18 months. Because it says sukkah, then it says bias, and then it says sukkah again, right? So implied in that is summer, winter, summer, 18 months.
18 months.
Huh?
How is that 18 months from one sukkah to another?
No, not the holiday sukkahs. Sukkahs means here shelter.
Oh, okay.
Shelter that's used for the summer for the livestock, right? It's too hot outside, right? So they have a shelter. And then houses for the house in the winter, right? For people. So he went from summer, winter, another summer, season, right? So I guess like beginning of the season and then to the end of the season. That's the way I understand it. Yahweh Yaakov Shalem, and Yaakov came whole, complete, Shechem, to the city of Shechem, Eretz Canaan, which is in the land of Canaan. Now he's in Israel. Coming from Mesopotamia, Padan Aram, Yichan al Pnei Ayir, and he camped there, like outside of the city, in view of the city, outside of the city. Shalom, Shalom begufa, he's complete in body, and others, he recovered from his limp. She's rapid mitzolot. Shalom be'imamaina, and he's also complete and whole in his wealth. Shalei chasik klum, that he's lacking nothing. He called Oisa Deirin from what the entire gift that he gave to Esav, it didn't take away anything. Shalom b'Torah, and he's complete in his Torah study. Shaloi shachal talmudei b'beis Lavan, that he didn't forget his Torah study while he was in the house of Lavan. Wow. Yishchem, to the city of Shechem, kamoy li'ir, like prefix meaning to the city. Kamoy yo'ad bayana beis lachem. That he came from Padan Aram, like a person says to his friend, me, and the person says he came from between the teeth of a lion, and he came out complete. He came, in other words, he was in the lion, in the jaws of the lion, and yet he came out complete. Who are the lion? Lavan and Esav, right? Yichan al Pnei Ha'ir, and he settled by the view of the city. Erev Shabbos, it was on the eve of Shabbos. She oltais the Rava Achai. Interesting. Okay. Vayiken loy chalkas hasada. This is, by the way, the Torah studies from this week. It's this verse now, right? He purchased a portion of the field, Asher Nata Sham, where he pitched his tent, Miyad b'nei Chamor, from the hands of the sons of Chamor, Avi Shem, who is the father of Shem, b'meya kisita, for 100 kisita, Rashi kisita mo'o. It's an amount called a ma. Rabbi Akiva says, "Keshalachti the krachei hayam." When I went to the cities by the sea, how you call it a ma kesita? That we call to a ma kesita. Targuma ufcha churfan tevim charifim. Yeah, okay. V'yatziv sham mizbeach, and he set up there a altar. Yikra Allah, and he called to the altar Elokei Israel, God, the God of Israel. Rashi in 20. Yikra Israel. He called it God, the God of Israel. Not that the altar is called the God of Israel, Ella rather, Al Shem Shaya Kodesh Baruch Hu, because God was with him, Hitzilo and rescued him. Kara Shem Hamizbeach Al Shem Anes. He called the altar after the miracle. That the praise of God should be mentioned B'kriyas Hashem through the proclamation, the name of the altar, Kalaimar, Mihu Kel, who is God, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that is the Holy One, blessed be He, Hu Le'Elokim Li Shishmi Israel, He is the God for me, whose name is Israel. Likewise, we find regarding Moshe, Hashem Nisi, that he called its name Hashem is my miracle. Not that the altar is called God. Because of the miracle, we called the altar. To mention the praise of Hashem. Hashem Hunisi, Hashem is my miracle. Rabbi Sein Darshu and our sages expound. Kodesh Baruch Hu Koran Yaakov Kel. That Hashem is called Jacob God. Kel. And Torah is like a hammer that shatters a rock that can divide into many lines of reasoning. And I've come only for the simple meaning. In other words, based on the miracles of God. That's the idea. All righty.